Hey everyone, it's Kelly, and I am back today with a new process video. It has been quite some time since I have recorded a process video, so here is hoping I can remember how to do it. So this is a look into my memory planner or my creative journal or whatever you'd like to call it for 2022. I just kind of want to show you how I use this because this is what my process is going to be. It's going to be starting my 2023 journal. And I basically use this as a way to keep track of my memories when it comes time to scrapbooking. I am very, very, very far behind in my 2022 project life. I think I am up to week 16 or 17. And sorry, you're going to hear my dogs bark from time to time. This is part of the reason why I haven't made process videos in so long is it is so hard to find a time to be able to record a voiceover. But here again, I'm just giving you an overview. This is a very imperfect project for me, which is why I love it so much. It is handwriting, it is stamping, it is stickers, and that is it. I am very honest in this journal. I just tell things how it is. Sometimes I add inserts like this if there's a lot going on. I think that is my only day that I do, or my only week that I do have an insert. It was the week of Christmas. Here is a look at what my intro page looked like for last year, or I guess you just saw it a second ago. But I basically just used pattern paper and stamped out goodbye 2021. But for this year, I wanted to do something a little bit different. This year starts on a Sunday, so there are a lot of blank pages or a lot of blank dates in the beginning of this 2023 creative journal, and I didn't want to cover it necessarily with pattern paper, but I thought it would be fun to include goals or reflections on 2022 because there are just so much room to play there. And my sweet friend Ashley Horton asked me to guest design with her January digital kit release, so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to use some of these fun products and also get some of that documented at the beginning of my creative journal. So what I have done is I resized the printables. So the printables come with, which I will include a link to the printables, but they're 3x4 cards. There's some pattern papers. There's lots of different things. They aren't necessarily designed to just print and work in a happy planner, which is what I'm using. So I did use Photoshop to resize these elements and manipulate them in a way that was going to work for me. If you are interested in seeing how I did that, please let me know in the comments below. I would be more than happy to record a process where you see my screen being recorded so you can see how I use Photoshop to manipulate these products. It is all something that I learned either through classes or just Googling myself. So it's definitely out there if you're interested in checking it out. But I would be more than happy to show you how I did it with these exact products if that is something that you're interested in. So once I got these redesigned and reconfigured to work for my planner, I just printed them out on some sticker paper, which I will include a link to that in the description box below as well. And then I just cut them out. And right now I'm just playing around with figuring out where I want them to go. This is my normal process when it comes to this, but usually I use Happy Planner stickers, so they're already sticky on the back. And again, this is usually a very imperfect process for me, so I don't really pay much attention to design. I am a little bit more with this because I'm very product focused in this spread versus not being product focused when I normally create them. But I thought that I would use some washi to cover up the dates up there because it is a 2023 planner and I already have the 26th through the 31st documented in my 2022 planner. So I thought about using some washi up there to cover up the dates. You saw me kind of lay it out up there to see if I liked it. It's see-through because it is washi. So I am going to just trim it and add it to some white copy paper and then just cut around the washi tape and add it back up there. I don't end up using this, so this is kind of not really something that I would need to include in the video, but I do like to include parts that I do and do not use. I think that that is helpful to see that not everything just comes together super fast for everyone, that there is some play in there when you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. So now I have ultimately decided where I want to put a bunch of these boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and start sticking things down. I'm going to use that whole bottom left-hand column on the left side of the page as goals for this year. I am focusing in the journaling for this on things that I want more of and things that I want less of, and also talking about my one little word for this year. I thought that maybe I would want to add some washi underneath the 2023 goals. So I am trying to carefully remove this. The sticker paper that I use, once it is down, it does not like to come back up. So it did peel some of the paper, which is kind of a bummer because I end up deciding not to use that washi tape, but I just add a little bit of adhesive behind the 2023 goals banner and add it back on there. There's going to be a lot of 2023s that you'll see on this spread, which is totally fine by me. It doesn't bother me whatsoever, but I am just continuing to lay the boxes down. I will do my normal thing with this. I would consider these stickers in my point of view. I know that they are printables and that they could be considered a scrapbook collection, but for me, I'm considering them stickers. So I'll be using my stickers, stamps, and handwriting just like I normally would with any other spread. So the rest of this is pretty self-explanatory. I don't really think that I need to go into a lot of detail. I do use pretty much just black ink. I will throw in some color ink here and there. Again, I will have everything that is still available linked in the description box below. My stamp collection has gotten quite large, and some of the shops, like this stamp set, for example, was from Feed Your Craft. Feed Your Craft is no longer a store, so this stamp set will no longer be available, but I will link to what I can. I do like to use my stash, so as much as I can, especially when it comes to my stamps, I try to remember what I have and use them as often as I can. Here you are seeing a swatch book that I created for all of my ink colors. It comes in very, very handy when I'm using collections like this. I can just pull it out, place the product next to the swatch to see what the best color ink is going to be. I am using my Misty here because I do have to stamp this ink color multiple times. These inks from scrapbook.com, I have a love-hate relationship with them. They do stamp very nicely, but I have found that the colors tend to fade a little bit over time. So especially with these lighter colors, I try to stamp them multiple times to get as rich of a color as I can so it will not fade as much over time. And I can't remember if I said this already because I have had to record these clips a couple times because of barking. It's just real life around here, people. But I love to use my memory planner or my creative journal as a memory keeping tool because I am so far behind in project life. I really hit a creative slump this last year and wasn't really creating anything at all. And I actually had to almost force myself to come into my craft room just to document in my creative journal once a week. And I am so glad that I did that because I think I'm only on week 16 or 17 in my 2022 project life. And there is no way I could be as detail oriented in my project life if I had not written down these memories and had something to refer back to. So if you are wanting to start project life, I highly, highly, highly recommend getting some sort of journal. It doesn't have to be a creative journal like this. It could be just a planner that you have that you buy at Walmart or buy at Target or buy anywhere. And just jot down the memories for each day or each week or however you want to do it. But it has been a lifesaver for me as I have now started to go back and work on my project life for 2022. That creative slump is a large reason why I did not create any process videos for last year. I fell really behind in my 2021 project life, and I felt like I had to catch up pretty quick, and recording videos does take a lot of time. Well, not necessarily the recording of the videos, but the editing of the videos does take quite a bit of time. So I decided to give myself a break and just focus on getting 2021 completed, which I did. If you followed along with any of my videos that I did release last year, then you know that me and my family, we sold our house of 16 or 17 years and we moved to a new home. So that within itself, is quite time consuming. I honestly had no idea how time consuming getting a house ready to sell really was, but I know now. So kudos to all of you who move often because wow, that was a lot, purging and cleaning and projects that we needed to get done to get the house ready to list, and then packing and then showing the house, and just everything that came along with it was way more than I anticipated. So we moved in December of 2021, and it was right before Christmas when we moved. So we started the new year, packing, unpacking, and settling in. We did not sell our house until January of 2022. So we still had showings, and we're still, kind of going back and forth, just checking on things at our old house. And then fast forward a few months, and one of my family members became sick and was in the hospital. And that was, kind of taxing and something that, is worrisome. But everything ended up being okay. They came home. Fast forward a few months later, and I quit my job of 18 years and started a new job. And that was a huge change. I worked at my previous job from the moment I graduated college for 18 years, and I did switch professions. So I worked in dental previously, and now I work at a police department. So it is a completely different career path. I felt like a fish out of water. Thankfully, all of the people that I work with all men. I am the only woman in the police department. But thankfully, every single person that works at that police department, they are all amazing and super patient. And so I no longer feel like a fish out of water. It has been almost 7 months now, and I have figured out the job and still very, very happy. And this change was something that was definitely a change for the better for my family, a change for the better for me. But even when it's a good change is still stressful. No matter what anybody says, I will always think that change is stressful, even if it is a good change, which this was very much a good change. But now I'm completely comfortable with my job and my duties and everything that I do there. So things are good. I am becoming more creative. I have really started to catch up and work on my project life, and I am current in my planner, as you saw when I did my quick flip through. I also did work on some projects towards the end of 2022. I did complete a October daily, and I did complete the Pieces of the Past collection from Ali Edwards' project that she released. I don't know if she released that last year or the year before, but I completed it last year. So things have been going really, really well. I just wanted to give kind of a quick summary of where I've been. Some of you have commented on my videos since I haven't been creating them, which I so appreciate. It's so lovely and touches my heart that people noticed that I was missing. So thank you so much for those lovely comments. And I am hoping to be back. I'm not sure what that will look like, if it will look like just sharing projects that I do complete, or if it will be process videos. I'm not sure what 2023 will look like. As I mentioned earlier in this video, taking the time to edit process videos, it's very time consuming, and it's very rewarding, but it is very time consuming. So I kind of have to figure out where my priorities need to lie when it comes to my creative time. So I have completed this spread, lots of stamping, which I absolutely love. I do pay attention to colors when I'm stamping. I want to spread the colors throughout. I try to stick to 2 or 3 colors when it comes to the color scheme, but here you can see some final screenshots. I did add a reflections in the left-hand corner, and I used one of I think it was a die cut, maybe it was a digital stamp from the collection, and I did color around the edge to make it match. There you can see it. I just used a marker to color around it, and I just put some highlights from some of the months in there, and it was something that was very, very fun to put together. I'm very grateful to Ashley for asking me to guest design. If you have any questions on this, or any questions about what my plans are for 2023, or just any questions in general, please feel free to drop them in the comment section below. It has been so nice hanging out with you all and posting this video. I am very excited that this is something that I could do. So I really do hope that I see you all very, very soon. Bye.